Hi, you guys. I'm sorry. I wanted to do a live video, but unfortunately, my camera holder broke. So I figured if I did the video showing you exactly how you need to do um, the name with the fin, it would help you guys a little bit better as opposed to pointing my camera directly to the computer screen. So what you're gonna do is once you download your images from the Dropbox link that I added a few minutes ago, you're gonna want to upload it. I use this one here because her fin and her tail is a little slim to add. So well, of course it's gonna be huge, so you're gonna have to shrink it down just a little bit. And excuse my voice, you guys. I have an ear infection, well, a double ear infection and sinus infection. So please bear with me and bear with my kids because they're very loud this afternoon. So you're going to upload this mermaid and you're going to add a shape. I like to add the circle, and the reason being is if you see how her tail is here, we want to kind of slice it in an angle. So we're going to take the circle and we're going to put it above her tail. So we're going to try to get it in an angle. So this part here, it's kind of like a slant. So I'm sure Jessica has showed you guys how to do the slicing, the welding, and the attaching. So in this instant, what we're going to do is slice her tail off. And we're going to go over here, highlight the two images that we want to slice. So now we can get rid of her. Won't need her. I say keep these two pieces here because you're going to need two pieces for the beginning of your first letter and the last letter. And you could change that to black. And now we'll just set this over here to the side and we're going to find a font. Um, we'll just use my name for now. And I'm going to find the font that I like, which is Candle. I like using this one. So pretty. Oops. I like to draw my image a little bit bigger. I can size it later. You want to hit ungroup to get your letters to where you want them. And I like that. The only problem that I'm going to have is where my E is. So in this case, um, I'm not going to add another fin there, though I could. We'll see how it turns out. So after I finish with my letters, I want to go to, I'm going to highlight all the letters and then I'm going to click on weld. Then I'm going to take one of my fins and kind of like cut it where it's that way. And you might have to adjust it a little bit. And then you're going to highlight the whole entire thing and you're going to click on weld. After you hit weld, then you're going to go to the next fin. And let's see. Um, You could flip it whichever direction your letter is, but I'm going to flip it this way. Maybe not. Let's flip it the other way. Go flip it that way. And I can do it either that way or um, this way because it's not going to look pretty if I do it that way or that way because I can adjust it to however I want it, but I'm not really liking how the fin is going that way. So for now, we'll just use that. The other day, I did one with my son's stepmom. I probably should have used that instead. So let's go back. That's the fun part. I can always go back. And I'll duplicate that. So I'm going to move this buddy over there. And I'll just use my son's stepmom's name. Sorry if I'm confusing you guys. You want to ungroup it, move the letters to where you want them. And from here, we're going to weld. Then we're going to take this one and we're going to flip it. I think I need to be the other way. Duh. And we're going to cut it in an angle. So it's a little bit like this. And then we can go ahead and do the same for this one. This one is pretty much where I wanted it. And then we're going to weld it. This is what you want to try to do, but you see how where the end and the fin is connected and it's super, super thin. If you don't really want to see it that way, you can always fix that by adding a circle and then putting it up against the end, which you can shrink it if I can remember how to do it. Seems like I'm going bananas. So it will look like this, and then what you're gonna want to do is highlight the whole entire thing and click weld, and now you have one thick piece that goes all the way up to the fin. And then you'll do the same exact thing with this one. So you're gonna upload a circle, adjust it to how you want it. And I think I might have to cut it in an angle. So now I'm going to highlight the whole thing and click on weld. So once you cut this out, if you find that a certain spot in the fin on the left is a little too bulky, you could take a razor blade like I did and cut the areas to help match with the letters. And that's how you get the fin um, onto the letters. Now you don't have to use candle. Um, I like candle because it looks pretty and it flows with the fin. But you can add the fins to whatever font you want as long as the tail part can attach pretty well, and it looks like it belongs on that font. The other thing is, see if I have another one in here. I have this one, but the way the tail is shaped, it isn't going to look good when you put it up against a font. This is your scales. When you upload it to your DS, it's going to be that size. I did mine a little bit at 10, give or take. I did mine at 10. If I pull it up as 100, that's how big it looks. Um, so know the exact size of your tumbler and play around with it. Um, the 30 ounce, I usually cut my names in or around um, 5.8 is usually how I cut my names. But if the name is short or long, depending on how big you have your fins or how long you have your fins. As far as the scales, that might be a little bit too big, but that's the size that I wanted on my cup. But you can probably drop it down to maybe 7, and then you have your letter, your name. As far as my mermaid, the mermaid that I originally used was this one, and I set her at right at, I want to say it was five, about 5.5 is what I had her set at on the first mermaid tumbler that I posted. So I had her on there in the scales. I spaced the scales out. You could decide how you want your scales on your tumbler, and like I said, the name depending on the font. The font that I used was Candle, so the lines are really really slim. Um, so you would have to probably possibly add like a circle, insert a circle, adjust it so the lines in there would adjust to the fin. And after it's cut, you could just take a razor blade and thin it out like I did. So I hope that helps you guys. In the meantime, I will possibly have my live video up because I like to do the live videos, just like Jessica. As she said, it's more personal. So I'll help you guys this week with the homework, and then hopefully you could go ahead and have your cups already glittered and epoxy. For those who don't have a turner, I could possibly upload a way to do the turner where you're constantly turning it yourself manually instead of it turning on a motor. The only catch is you gotta constantly keep turning it because that epoxy will settle. If it stops, it settles, and you're gonna find yourself with lumps. That's the purpose of the rotisserie. So until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow.